April Fools. The best from April Fools, at least when it comes to like college football. There were a couple other ones too, like the Duke Blue field, but this is a different field that we'll talk about. This one got me. All right, this one got me good this morning. I woke up. I didn't have my guard up yet. I wasn't thinking about April 1st, thinking about anything else. And Curry Football puts this out. Cats Field is going purple. They've got the alarms going too. That means it's legit. Now, imagine you're me. You wake up. Your guard's not up yet. Read through the right side of the screen. They go through so many reasons about why this is legit, right? Approval from the CCC, their conference, for Curry teams to wear all purple uniforms for home games. You're like, holy shit, really? They talk about the colors that are going to be on it. The rental ease likely to generate revenue. The infill of the cork, soft mulch fragments are environmentally friendly, lively and vibrant addition to campus and stadium. It's an overall maintenance saving, offers unique game day atmosphere. Like, they go through all these reasons that are seemingly legit. It's a hoax. It's a hoax. But this might be one of those things we joke about. We circle back around in maybe 2 years' time, and we're like, holy shit, this is really happening. That'd be pretty cool. Curry College, though, they got me. This one was pretty cool. I thought that was a pretty neat one. I think it'd be a really good look for them. I've played on some weird fields. That wouldn't be the worst one. I've seen like bright red. That sucks. I don't think purple would be the worst. One of the worst I've actually played on, believe it or not, was a light gray field. That was probably the worst I've played on. And like, you might be curious as to why like purple wouldn't even be worse than that. I've played on like Smurf turf field as well. And that light gray, man, you take a hit and you open your eyes to see light gray, and all of a sudden those stars and the little ducks above your head start spinning like twice as fast. I don't even know how to explain it to you guys. Light gray sucks. But this one, well, it's on the Division I side of things, but this one I thought was very well executed. A really cool kind of April Fool's gag here. Coming from Florida Atlantic and South Florida. Where better to host this year's Battle of the Coast than off the coast of the Atlantic? The game versus South Florida will be played in the Atlantic Ocean aboard an aircraft carrier, a first in college football history. Whoever made that graphic needs a raise. Immediately. That thing looks incredible. The aircraft carrier looks like it was made for the gridiron. I don't know where you put the stands. I don't care. There's no field goal post. I'm aware of that. I don't care. That is awesome. If a ball goes overboard, it goes overboard. Right? I thought this was incredible. The graphic looked, here you go, shark food. What happens when the receiver runs too far out of bounds? Shark food. That's great. The replies to these are usually pretty good. But yeah, I thought this was pretty well executed. And talk about like a thing where here's one of the guys on FAU like saying, y'all got me, man. But talk about what we don't see very often, two teams coming together to do an April Fool's deal. Usually it's team specific. This is a great spin on that. I thought that was really cool. And I think what might have had some people, this one didn't get me. I'm not saying that. I'm not admitting that. What might have had some people, a small part of them believing that this could be true, is I believe it's called the Armed Forces Classic. And we'll take a look at it right here. Now, for those of you not aware, they play college basketball games on aircraft carriers. This was a look, Abraham Lincoln, when it became a basketball card. I believe this was just last year or 2 years ago. Michigan State played Gonzaga on this ship. Here it is, the Armed Forces Classic. And this is kind of the look at the transition process, getting the lights set up, the whole court, the bleachers. Here it is, Michigan State, Gonzaga. They have a ton of active duty and veteran service members out there to come see the game. The uniforms are badass, the little digital camo. I mean, this event is so sick. They got a whole ass video board on the aircraft carrier. Also, it was a great game against two of college basketball's best at the time, two blue bloods. But man, this is sweet. Probably one of the coolest venues in college sports history. Imagine being there. Imagine what the tickets cost to be there. Absolutely love that. Obviously, a basketball court is much smaller than a football field, and therefore the logistics of bringing football to a aircraft carrier would not really add up. But the final one was one that also got a pretty good rise in the D2, D3 world. Here is Scott Curry. I, for the record, have no idea who Scott Curry is, but I can appreciate the hell out of what he is doing here. He says, sources are saying Hillsdale and Northwood are seriously considering a move to D3. Northwood expects to apply to the NCAA within the year and will attempt to join the MIAA. Now, for those of you not familiar, Northwood, Hillsdale, 2 private D2 institutions in Michigan. The MIAA is a D3 league or conference in Michigan, so they're saying Northwood would move down, which actually makes, like, if you didn't know any better, it would make sense. Hillsdale is a couple years out. Big question is if the MIAA would take Hillsdale back, or the OAC. That's the Ohio Athletic Conference, another D3, strong D3 conference. Stay tuned. Now, this gets a little bit of pub. It's got 30 likes, one of them from myself, and like 8 retweets. But again, you have to remember, in small college football world, this shit kicks up storms. And so that's where you get the comment underneath here from Jeff Curtis, the athletic director at Northwood. I'm not sure what your source is or if this is an April Fool's joke. I can assure you that Northwood University has no plans of leaving the NCAA D2 level. We are proud D2 and GMAC members and have zero plans on making any changes. Thank you. At least he ended it cordially. He does admit that it could be an April Fool's joke. He wanted to get out ahead of this thing, and then I believe actually sent out a separate tweet. I would like to dispel any rumors that Northwood University has plans to look at going D3. So, again, y'all might think 30 likes and 8 retweets is nothing. You have to remember that in small college football world and in a day and age where people trust literally any horse shit you throw on the internet, even on a day like today, you kick up a little bit of a storm and get things going over on the old Twitter. But some funny stuff from April Fools. Stay off the internet next year on April 1st. Probably one of the dumbest days to be online. I'm here for it, though. I'm here to cover it. Thank you for tuning in to D1 Rejects. I've been Kobe Manzo. I'll see you next week.